Welcome to spring, everyone. Welcome to spring. Alrighty, we have made it to the shop. What is going on, guys? Welcome back. We are back in the shop. We are going to continue on today dressing up and getting our Freedom Racing Stage 2 6.7 street engine ready to go. So we're going to jump right into a product install, and that is from our good buddy Adam at AA Motorworks. He makes this fan pulley delete kit. So we're actually going to be installing this and going over a couple different things. You guys know that we have moved away from our stock fan assembly. We are running electric fans. So what that does is gets rid of this entire fan, but we are still left with this big hunk of fan hub assembly piece. This is kind of a heavy piece, kind of a clunky piece. It doesn't look the best. This kit is actually going to help us dress up our engine bay a little bit further, make it a little bit easier for us to access taking our belt on and off. So we're going to be installing that along with a couple of different AC compressor delete stuff. So we don't have air conditioning on this truck. We probably will go back to it eventually, but for the sake of time right now, we are going to be using a delete pulley. Now, if you have your stock AC compressor and you have your air conditioning, this kit is going to work perfectly just fine with that. It works with your AC, works with your stock water pump, and what we're going to be doing to dress up even further, this engine has a Keating machine billet freeze out plug right here in the front that works with your stock hub assembly. We're going to be taking that off, removing that, and going to a different block off plate there in the front. Still just as sexy from our friends at Keating Machine. We're going to be swapping over to a bolt-in style. You can kind of see there's bolt holes right there. That is basically going to bolt in its place because that freeze out plug that I just took out actually utilizes the webbing and metal bracket back here to hold in place. So you can kind of see it just sticks in there and then it fits right inside of this groove, and then when that gets bolted onto the truck, it kind of just presses right against it so it has nowhere to go. So what I was mentioning with the belt before is if this thing is bolted to the front of the engine, this pulley is actually really close to our damper. It makes it kind of hard to get your belt on and off. So this frees up a lot of space to do that as well. So we're going to jump right in to the install. We'll get to the AC delete pulley here in a little bit, but this is a very easy product to actually install. We have our first step is to access this hole, which is, I'll show you guys on the engine. We're going to run a tap through that just on the backside to clean out the threads. Metric 10 by 1.5 right here in this hole. That's where the first pulley is going to get installed to. So we're going to just clean that up real quick, which we've actually already done. You can kind of see little shavings in there. It is threaded. So we're going to run a tap through that. Then we're going to install our first pulley. We're going to get to installing our block off plate, and then our second pulley is going to go right up above there. We'll get to all that. This is really a very simple kit, just two pulley assemblies and a different belt to reroute the belt. You can kind of see on this picture here how everything kind of gets routed, but I'll show you guys that in detail here in a little bit. Very, very nice kit. This is all ARP hardware, super nice machine stuff, super nice pulleys. Very, very nice kit. Again, if you guys need this stuff, I'll put his information in the description if you guys are interested in this kit for your truck, but we're going to jump right in and get some of these parts installed on the truck. All right, so once you have your first smooth pulley installed on that bolt location, you got the nut on the back there all tightened down. You're going to move on to the second pulley, which is the ribbed pulley. That is actually going to go, depending on what dual pump kit you use. I should also mention that this is a dual pump kit requirement with this kit. You kind of need to stick with a couple different things. You got to have the AC compressor, got to have your stock water pump, and you got to be running a dual CP3 kit. So I forgot to mention that in the beginning, but that is a requirement. Now, depending on what dual CP3 kit you are using, whether it's an ATS or a fleece kit, that's going to dictate what bolt hole you're actually going to go into on the top of your engine block here. So we're using a fleece dual CP3 kit, obviously, and we're going to be installing this ribbed pulley in this hole right here. Once that's installed, we are going to be moving on to getting our AC compressor delete pulley set up. And there's a couple things I want to show you on that as well. There's just a close-up look of both pulleys installed in the correct places. If you guys are utilizing your factory AC compressor, you're pretty much done. You can throw your belt on. If you want to delete your AC compressor, but you still need a pulley down there for this kit to work, that's what we're going to move to next. And we're going to use this Dorman part number right here, 34229. That is our AC compressor delete plate, which is going to bolt right here just on the factory housing, and that is going to be just a dead pulley down there to delete your AC compressor. But there's one problem with this part number, and that is this plastic flimsy, let me show you over here, pulley, which it rocks and wobbles. You can kind of see how much play it has in it, but we do have a solution for that as well. Adam has come up with a cool thing. On a normal truck, this would be your fan hub that we just deleted off the truck. Now, the top pulley of this is a grooved pulley about the same size as this. So what we're going to do is we're just actually going to take this off of here, like so. Kind of got this mocked up for you guys to speed along the process, but we're going to take this pulley off. All you're going to end up doing is removing, this spacer is threaded onto this piece right here. So this should unthread like so. Come on, come on. Anyway, you guys get the point. You can kind of see it's coming loose right now. We're going to unthread that, and then we're going to utilize this pulley onto this to come up with a much better design, and then we're going to bolt that right onto the truck. So that's the next step. And I also just wanted to point out, if you guys don't have any of this, this is actually a part number for this pulley. If you just wanted to get a new pulley for that top, this is the part number for that, seeing that we had actually had a smooth pulley on this at one point because of a different belt configuration. So we're going to utilize this part number with this Dorman part number, and we're going to come up with a good design. So here we go. Alrighty, and that's it. Just like that, you're done. Your belt routing is now clean, simple, easy to get your belt on and off, and it looks so good. So one more thing crossed off the list to do on this truck before we fire this thing up. Super pumped, super happy with the way this came out. Another progress made today. We got our drive shaft all in, done, all tightened up. We also got all of the harness ran back here for the transfer case and the trans. Got all that stuff plugged in. Just waiting on our trans temp sensor for our new pan. Got the shifter cable put back in. Probably gonna throw the drive shaft in before we leave tonight, but got even more of the wiring up there situated. And that's about it. We removed the transmission cooler. We got it draining over there. We're actually gonna remount that further in the back here, seeing that we have our hitch installed. And that is the progress made for today, ladies and gents. Looks like we got another couple inches since I've been here. It is still snowing outside. But that's gonna do it for today. Hit that like button before you leave. Subscribe if you have not already. I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.